Hey, you. Yeah, you. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. I hate bicycles. Now, you're probably wondering, why do I hate bicycles? To be honest with you, I don't really hate them that much. But in many cases, I really do despise them. I live in a little city called Toronto, which is located in the province of Ontario, which is located in the country called Canada, where we have a lot of exports such as maple syrup, Canadian bacon, which is really just ham, and Drake. But one thing I can't stand at this time of year, spring, summer, is people that ride bicycles. I don't understand it. I'll be honest with you. I don't understand the whole concept of bicycles. I don't get it. I understand if you work out and you want to go to the gym and you want to do the bicycle, it doesn't go anywhere. You sit down, you pedal your feet, get a good little workout going. Actually, I remember one time I was at the gym. Yes, I was actually at a gym once. I sat down, I was riding the bike really hard, and right beside me was a woman who was riding it very slowly. And at one point, her phone rang, and she literally just stopped bicycling, and she was just putting her feet up and just talking on the phone. And I was just looking at her like, really? Is this really happening? Is it is this what you came to the gym for? Just to, you know, chat on the phone while on the bike, You get to go home and tell people, yeah, I worked out, but really you were talking on the phone with your girlfriend for 43 minutes, about some guy who keeps bothering you at work. And really, really, this is happening? But I digress. People who ride bicycles, okay? I think you people are a different breed. It's like, police officers, people that work at libraries. Uh, it's just a different breed of people. I don't know what it is. For some reason, I just don't like you. Okay? Now, me personally, I don't drive a car. But if I did drive a car, I would not like all these bike lanes. If anything, I'm always downtown. And all these bike lanes are just popping out of nowhere. Now you're probably saying to yourself, okay, it's a big city, people gotta, still get around. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. You gotta get around. I get it. But if I'm on the bus on my way home, and if there's someone on a bicycle right in front of the bus, and they don't have the common decency to move out of the way, what is your problem? What is your fucking problem? You're blocking traffic. People behind you are in a much bigger vehicle than you are. Why can't you just move out of the way, go on the side of the road, or even go on the sidewalk? Which I know you're not supposed to do, but you guys all do it. Even back in the day when I was younger, I had a bicycle. I'd go on the sidewalk all the time. Okay, you watch out for pedestrians going by, whatever. But you know what? I'd rather do that than block somebody on the road. Here's the way I see it. Having a car is a luxury. With gas prices today, paying for insurance, finding a place to park, paying for a place to park, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of responsibility. Those people should be respected. I don't care if you're driving a Mercedes Benz or a 1976 Pinto. You should be respected. You earn the right to drive. And people that are on bicycles treat bicycles like they're cars. Downtown, this is a serious problem, especially during rush hour. People are getting sideswiped all over the place, bumped. You got to watch out for car doors opening. I mean, these people are going to just go right ahead and flip right in front of you. I saw this clip one time on YouTube where the one car wanted to wait for the bicycle to go by. He stopped, then he stopped again, and the driver just got frustrated. He got out of his car during a red light, and he basically almost beat the shit out of a bicyclist. Now, okay, is that a little extreme? Of course. But you know what? You're dealing with rush hour, you're dealing with the heat, you're dealing with all this craziness downtown. I mean, things like this are just going to happen. Bicycles are more meant for smaller communities. Like if you're, like let's say if you're at the park, okay, there's bicycle lanes there, there's tracks at schools. Go there. Just, be a decent person. Don't act like your vehicle, I shouldn't say vehicle, like your contraption. I mean, that's another thing, like with bikes. I mean, like what's a bike? It's metal. It's got some two little thin wheels, It's got a basket. Can you really take somebody seriously if they're riding somewhat of a vehicle with a basket in front? I mean, honestly, there's no point to having a basket. I mean, are you a 7-year-old girl who's on their way to the store to get a taffy? Are you delivering newspapers? Like why a basket? Why? And then sometimes you see people with baskets in front of their bicycles, and they got cats and dogs and whatever pets, like even a rabbit, like in their basket. Oh, I'm gonna bring my pet for a ride. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't even know where he is. He uses his tongue to wipe his or her ass. He doesn't care about a bicycle ride, and neither should you. You want to get out there, just walk around. That's what sidewalks are for. They're for people. People walking along the street. And not even the street, the side of the street. Hence, sidewalks. I live in an area where, for some reason, we have bicycle lanes. So instead of having 2 lanes one way and 2 lanes the other, we have 1 lane going one way and 1 lane going the other, and we got 2 bicycle lanes on each side. Why? I have no idea. I don't know, because probably one person complained. It took him 5 years for someone to listen to him or her, and now we're stuck with smaller streets. And we got bicycle lanes all over the city. There's nowhere to park now. I mean, you couldn't park somewhere before. Where are you going to park now? It's killing businesses. I mean, what if someone wanted to park in front? So what? Okay, they have to pay anyway. That's fine. But now they got to circle the block. They got to pay, anywhere between, God only knows. I mean, like $5 to $30 for parking in this city. Then sometimes you park somewhere. You don't know if technically you're blocking somebody in, or the spaces are too tight. Nobody likes to parallel park. I mean, it's too much. It's too much. And look at the actual invention of a bicycle. I mean, back in the day, I get it. If it was the 40s or 50s, I mean, it was less people. You can get around quicker, and but now we got, cool little cars. We got those little cool Steve Urkel cars. I don't know, for some reason people still love driving them. You got mopeds, you got motorized little scooters there, whatever. I mean, it's better. How comfortable is a bike anyway? I mean, have you ever sat on a bicycle seat for more than an hour? It is a pain in the ass. Even if you get those gel seats, whatever. I had one of those gel seats on my bike. I parked my bike. Somebody didn't steal the bike. They stole the gel seat. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Lock that down too? And even in the city too. I mean, there's bicycles being stolen everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, I had one guy come in one day from a store, and he got another bike lock. He says, yeah, I had one $15, $10, whatever, and now I got to upgrade to a $30 one. I mean, it looks the same as the last one he bought. So what? It looks like an over-exaggerated rope. You get a pair of pliers, you saw it down. I don't know. This is just what I've heard. But, it's pretty easy to steal a bike. And there's a lot of bike traps because of it. I mean, I think a lot of cops on purpose, they'll put a brand new bike in a main intersection and they'll just see who's going to take it or not. There's no point in riding a bike in today's society. There's not. Cycle, bike, bicycle, an extremely cheap version of a car, whatever you want to call it. There's no point. None. And now you gotta wear helmets. I mean, before, back in the day, it was a choice. Now you have to wear a helmet if you're under a certain age. I think it's like 18, 19, maybe it's even 21. I don't know. I didn't do the research. Why? Because I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna ride bikes. I'd rather just walk. And that's another thing. Like, if I'm on the subway, do me a favor. Don't bring your bike on the subway. Like, that has to be the ultimate fucking laziness, to bring a bicycle to the subway. You know what that tells me? That tells me that somewhere along the road or sidewalk, if depending if you're a prick or not, wherever you want to ride, that you decided that bicycling is not for you. And instead, you're going to bring it on the subway, take up about 3-4 seats, and just stand there and do nothing and just wait for the long ride home, like all of us do. Instead, you're blocking all these seats now. Do you feel good? Do you feel good about yourself? Really? And even on the bus, I mean, in front of the bus now, they have a rack where someone wants to get on the bus. I've seen literally people like slow down the bus so much. Like, they got a bicycle, they go in there quickly, pay to get in, then they get out, then they put their bike down on the rack. Sometimes they don't know how to do it, so the driver has to come all the way out, show him how to do it. Then he goes back on the bus. 5 minutes later, not even 5 minutes later, the guy gets off. Then again, he doesn't know what to do. The bus driver has to come off, unhatch the thing, You're telling me for a 5-minute bus ride, you couldn't go another 5 to 10 minutes of riding your bike home? Like, what happened? Are we this lazy? Leave your bicycle home. If you're taking an Uber, a bus ride, whatever, just leave your bicycle home. There's nothing wrong with having a bike, as long as it's not involving the road. Bicycles don't belong on the road. I don't care what anybody says. I really don't. All these bicycle lanes, I get it, okay? I get it. You want to explore the world of Toronto and other cities, and you want to get somewhere a little bit quicker. I get that. I really do. But you have to think to yourself, why am I doing this? Like, who am I doing this for? Am I doing this for me? Is it a cheap way of getting around the city? Of course it is. But it's a dick move. It really is, and all these bike lanes all over the place, and most people don't even care. Like, people will literally walk in bike lanes, And the most annoying thing is, like when you accidentally walk into a bike lane, which I have many, many times, and I probably will always do it for the rest of my life. You just hear someone behind you going like this. And you're like, excuse me? What's that? Did an angel just get his wings? Where's that coming from? Is it up or below or left or... Oh, it's behind me. Oh, it's a person that thinks that they're better than me, And then, of course, you gotta jump out of the way, and afterwards, when they pass you, they give you a dirty look, like you're the problem with society because you just accidentally walked into a bike lane, you know? And what is it up with you people like wearing spandex? You know? Oh yeah, like are you in the Tour de France? You know, like what is the big deal? Just get on your bike and ride. These people get on bikes and they look like fucking Power Rangers. I don't understand this. Just get on the bike and ride. You know? Oh, I'm wearing this tight lingerie that makes me look like Superman in 1975. Just get on the bike, man. They got all these they put their phone on their arm and I don't know, they look like RoboCop and they got the special helmet, with the visor, I just get on the bike, man. Just ride it. Just what are you trying to prove? It's like the people that go in the water with wetsuits, Is the water really that cold? Does it really bother you that much? Really? What's a cool bicycle? A motorcycle. Oh yeah, I like the motorcycle. Those are cool bicycles. Harley Davidsons, man. Those are fucking awesome. Those are real bikes. Get on there and you ride. I don't think I've ever been on a Harley. I just assume that's what it sounds like. But, those are real bicycles. This is, I don't know what this metal contraption is. I'm just not feeling it. I'm really not. It's 2018. We got to get rid of bikes. Enough's enough. Remember back in the day, I don't know, I was born in the 80s, but I'm saying way, way, way back in the day, they used to have those bicycles that had like a really just one big, huge tire in front. And then they had like the two little tires like in the back. Now you assume that was just like a joke. I mean, but that was actually real. I mean, that was kind of cool actually, because you can like see what's ahead of you, and that's another thing too. Like bicycles, you really can't see what's ahead of you. Now I'm not saying you can see once you're in a car, it's like looking into a telescope, but at least you're protected. I mean, if you a car versus a bicycle, you're screwed. I don't care if it's like a normal bicycle or a Prius. The Prius is going to kick your ass. What's up with the prices of bikes too? I mean, some of these bikes, I mean, like, okay, I get it, they're light as a feather. They're meant, for a real bicyclist. As stupid as that sounds. But I mean, like some of these bikes, they go up to like what, like $2, $3, $4 grand. I mean, it's insane. Again, what are you training for? I mean, a bike should be like a decent pair of shoes, which, shoes are a lot too. But at the same time, I mean, like what's the point of spending that much money for a bike? Well, it's as light as a feather. Oh, yeah, whatever, dude. And what's up with these pedals that were like, and this thing that always pissed me off too, is like they have these like little pedals on bikes. And they do that on purpose because you're supposed to have special shoes for the pedals. Like it's got a spike in the shoe, and then you're supposed to clamp into the pedal, and then you're really like secure in there, like you're really ready to go. Is that really necessary? It's like people that own like an old car and they still put on like old racing gloves with like the holes in the knuckles out. I mean, like, what is the point? Honestly, like who are you really trying to impress here? You should get around and just walk around. Enjoy the city like that. If there's like an event going on, you can't ride your bike anyway. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like let's say if it's like Taste of Danforth, are you gonna ride your bike through Taste of Danforth? No. You can't ride on the sidewalk. Obviously, people are gonna beat the shit out of you. You can't ride through the crowd. I mean, like, what's the point? I'm like, if I'm at Taste of Danforth and I walk from Donlands to Broadview, it's gonna take me over an hour anyway, just for a piece of barbecued corn. I mean, like, you don't need a bike. Bikes are meant for racing and for just, worst case scenario, like if, I don't know. I mean, let's say if, you get, let's say if you're with a woman and then, all of a sudden, the husband comes in and, you got to jump out a window and then you see a bicycle right there. Now, if you're running, I mean, chances are he could catch you, but if you're on a bike, maybe you can go through some alleyways and, like worst case, even if he does have a car, maybe you can go through some side streets and, go through a person's lawn or something, like that. I understand that. I completely understand. But there's no point in bicycles anymore. There isn't. I mean, they've had bicycles back in the day that literally folded in half, like the old Raleighs, And you know why they folded in half? Because chances are you probably got sick of it too, and you just folded in half and you just threw it in your car. And you're like, okay, worst case scenario, I'll just whip this out, and if my car breaks down, I can go to the closest gas station and say, listen, I had to ride this metal contraption because I had no choice because my car broke down, and I could use an actual real vehicle that'll make me feel like a man again. So again, you want to ride a bike, go ahead. It's up to you. I don't care. But again, I really do stress this. If you're riding a bicycle on the road and behind you, you have a shitload of traffic, please, pretty please, with a cherry on top, get the fuck out of the way. And this is why I hate bicycles.